So welcome to Read Across America Day. We are so excited to have you. And please, please, please put in the chat where you came from, who's here, because we have a lot of people here today. And we're really excited too to be reading Beth Stern's book, Yoda, the story of a cat and his kittens. And I just want to say Beth Stern is a huge supporter of ours. She has fostered, oh my gosh, hundreds of cats and kittens. She even rescues bunnies. And she's just a wonderful advocate for homeless animals. So I'm going to pass the book off to Casey, who's going to take us through this fun story to celebrate reading and telling stories and how important it is a form of communication for all of us to keep our stories going.
Here we go. Yoda, the Story of a Cat and His Kittens by Beth Stern, illustrated by Devin Crane.
She signed the book.
Yoda was a Persian kitten. Perky ears, smiling eyes, long fluffy tail, pretty fur. He used to have dreams about climbing trees, catching mice, and becoming a super cat. This cape is so cool. But then Yoda's owner didn't want to care for him anymore, and he was taken to an animal shelter.
It's so sad.
Every day, Yoda watched as the other cats and kittens were adopted. Monday, goodbye, Peaches. Tuesday, so long, Maxine. And on Wednesday, someone even picked up Stanley, the one with the stinky breath. Seriously, someone needs to get that cat a toothbrush. There was no way anyone would ever choose him. Fur so dirty it had to be shaved, he felt naked. Plenty of food, yet he never felt like eating. He was as skinny as a string bean. But one Saturday, a nice lady named Beth came to the shelter and she chose Yoda. What was going on? Had she been tricked? Couldn't she see he wasn't as clever as Peaches or as cuddly as Maxine? Maybe she needed glasses. Trying to figure this out made Yoda extra tired. He closed his eyes.
It's like they know they've been rescued.
When Yoda woke up, he thought he was in a dream. Yet, as amazing as his new home was, something was missing. If only Yoda could put his paw on it. Beth was worried. She took Yoda to the doctor. After he listened to Yoda's heart, he said, "Yoda has a sad heart." And Yoda's thinking, what does that mean?
No.
Back at home, Yoda was still feeling blue when all of a sudden, crash, mew, 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 purr, purr, purr. What's that? He wondered. He followed the sounds down a long hallway. Foster kittens inside, please keep door closed at all times. Thank you. Scritch, scratch.
Oh, sounds like he's not alone, right?
It doesn't. So Jane, what does it mean to foster?
Oh, so to foster an animal is when you take an animal into your home, you're not ready to adopt, to actually have that animal as a permanent family member, but foster parents are so unique. I would be terrible at it because I'm what they call a failed foster, where I would keep that animal. But what foster parents do, they bring animals into their home to nurture them. And I know nurture might be a word that not all of you know what it means. So what is it to nurture, Casey?
Nurture means you're going to be helping grow that animal into the best animal that they could be, making sure that they're groomed, they're fed, that they get love, that they're cared for.
Bingo. What was that word?
Love.
Yes. One of the most important pieces of nurture. We need food, they need water. A lot of foster animals need medical care, and a lot of foster animals could be kittens that actually need bottle feeding. So foster parents, they really give, there's such a heart because they take these animals in, they love them, they care for whatever their needs are, and then they relinquish them. They give them back to the shelter when they're ready for adoption to get adopted. Because what it is some people, don't want to take don't have the time to care for an animal medically, but they want that animal. So someone else cares for that animal till that animal is ready to go into a permanent, loving family.
So let's see what these foster kittens are up to. The door opened and Beth came out. She smiled at Yoda and waved him inside. Uh-oh, it was all beginning to sink in. Maybe this was why she had chosen him at the shelter. Someone was needed to fight off the monsters she kept locked up. Yoda put on his bravest face and marched into the room. Nope, no monsters. Something worse. Much worse.
I wonder what it is.
Kittens. 4 hissing, hanging, climbing, clawing, snoring, stinky, out of control fur balls. Archie smelled, Oliver had fallen asleep, Petunia was stuck. Meow, these kittens needed help. Scratch that. Lots of help. Yoda sprang into action. Get down from there now. Fur plus milk equals yuck. Bad news, the parakeet in the painting isn't real. Then he got down to the business of grooming Archie. Where was this kitten born? Under a rock? If there's one lesson every cat needs to learn, it's that bath time is an absolute must.
Mm-hmm.
From that day on, Yoda spent all of his time taking care of the kittens. They listened to him like he was their very own papa. Finish your breakfast, Oliver. Gentle paws, Archie. Use your indoor voice, Sadie. No biting Archie's tail, Petunia. At bedtime, some of the kittens even slept snuggled under his fur. Sadie meowed in her sleep and Oliver flexed his claws, but Yoda had to admit he didn't really mind. He slept with one eye open to make sure no one got into trouble, especially Petunia.
Oh, look at how they all look. Oh, see, he has a purpose. He's got a purpose.
Mm-hmm. One afternoon, Yoda was teaching Archie to chew his food bite by bite when he thought, wait a minute. His eyes scanned the room. Oliver, check. Sadie, check. Petunia, yikes. Yoda raced through the house. He checked on the kitchen counters, under the living room sofa, and even behind the toilet. He was out of breath and his heart was pounding. Where was Petunia? She had climbed to the very top shelf of Beth's closet and couldn't get down. Petunia, why don't you ever listen? Yoda was about to tell Petunia he would catch her when she jumped. Oof. Beth and the kittens raced into the closet. Yoda, oh no, are you okay? She asked. Yoda just blinked. Beth was so worried, she took Yoda back to her doctor. He told her Yoda wasn't hurt one little hair, and this time, when he listened to his heart, he said Yoda has a happy heart.
Oh,
Jane, why does Yoda have a happy heart now? What did you say before?
love and purpose. Just like Yoda, something we all need as humans, right? We need love to have a healthy life. We need to help others, love others, and that makes us have purpose, and that gives us happy hearts.
Of course, Yoda didn't understand much of what was being said. He just wished they would cut the chit-chat. He had to get back home. Who knew what those kittens were up to? Petunia could be climbing drapes. Sadie could be attacking a school of fish on Cat TV.
He's rushing to get home. He's got to take care of his litter.
That night, Yoda gobbled down his food and washed his fur, which had grown fluffy and white. Smiling at the kittens who were all sleeping around him, he caught a quick cat nap. Being a foster papa was tough work, but someone had to do it, and Yoda had finally become the super cat he'd always imagined he would be. The end.
Oh, I loved that book. I love that book on so many different levels, right?
Yes.
He's in a sad situation, almost no hope. Then he gets rescued, And he's still a little leery, doesn't quite know where he is, gets there, gets his bearings, and then realizes he's part of a family and a big family. He becomes Beth's a foster of Yoda, but Yoda ends up fostering all those babies. And that's real. Animals teach. And here at the shelter, you're going to see we put animals together because they help one another to be calm, to be confident, and to care for one another, and actually how to be cats or how to be dogs. Some of the animals we rescue, they've been in places where they really don't know how to be a cat or a dog. So what do you say we do our shelter tour? You ready?
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
So we're going to tour you around North Shore Animal League America and show you everything about our organization. You're going to see a ton of different animals here, like our friend right now.
And we have Eli here too. I'm here, Casey's here, but also behind the camera is Eli. So he's gonna take us on a tour. You ready, Eli?
All right. So this is one of our cat rooms here at North Shore Animal League America, with the hopes that we would have some kitties come to us while we were reading, but they all ended up taking posts at the front window.
Right.
Yes.
And they were listening. I was watching. They were listening to the story. And as you can see, they actually like to watch and listen. Every room has its own TV. And you can see right here too, this is their exercise wheel, and they actually do run on this. They love this. I wish one of them was running. Maybe we'll see, but Eli, show them here all these kitties. So this is a free roaming area. And actually Beth, who wrote this book, helped us to raise money to build this second floor on our shelter. Kitty cats have a really hard time behind cages because they're not like dogs. They're not as domesticated as dogs. Also, they like to be together. You'll notice when we go down to the dogs, they can't be together in a room, dogs. They have to be in individual spaces because they have a different sort of temperament where cats really join together. And since we built this free roaming facility upstairs, our adoptions have gone up. People can come in and sit with the kitty cats. And I just wanted to say too, Beth is not an author. She had a story to tell from her experience. She had something to say. And that's something we all can do is write our stories down, draw the pictures that go with them. It's a fun thing to do, and it's important to tell stories. That's how we learn our history, right? That's how we get our feelings across. Now we have to be very careful going out this door. So follow me, and Casey will watch the time. Right? We're gonna play it now. Okay, so let's go this way. We're gonna go this way. So Eli, let's show them. Look at all the different rooms. Now the kitty cats are split up in these rooms deliberately. What I mean by that is when the kitty cats come in, they are behaviorally evaluated. Every single animal that comes to us is looked at by the doctor for their medical needs, by the groomers for their grooming needs. And grooming doesn't necessarily just mean looking pretty, looking handsome, looking great, smelling good. It's also medical. Grooming's all about medical. And animals come in with their fur matted, with skin, infections and so forth. That's all under grooming.
And even thinking back to our book, when Yoda first got introduced to the animal shelter, his fur was matted and he actually had to get shaved. And he started to feel better when his fur started growing back in and when his heart was filled with love again.
Dignity. Dignity. It's all about when you feel good about yourself, you carry yourself totally differently, right? Think about that. When you need a shower, you have your pajamas on, you just rolled out of bed. How do you feel? How do you walk, right? It's the same with the animals. And once you feel good, you get dressed, you feel good about yourself inside and out. That outside makes you feel good inside, right? And it's all connected. It's all connected. So you look in here, we have some potential adopters in here. And I love it. See, people bring their family with them to make sure that everybody's connected. This adopter has a baby, she has a toddler. So we're gonna make sure that the right cat is good for that family with younger children. You can see in here, we have another It's a big loop. Now in here, let's go in here. This is the nursery. So we actually have a nursery.
Yeah.
So in this room where the babies are, if there are any, and also some of these cats too like to be alone. You saw how all those cats are together? These cats are in separate cages. They can crawl through. There's holes in the cages where they can socialize.
And then something else about the cats that are in this room, yes, some may do better on their own.
Yep.
But some of these cats also need special diets. They could be recovering from any sort of medical procedures that they had with us. So that way they have their space. They have things to climb on, things to cuddle with. So that way they're still feeling good while they spend their time here before they find their forever home.
And there's no kitties here right now, but let me tell you, pretty soon,
Yes,
we're gonna
it's
have
almost kitten time.
kitten season. Kitten season is always in the spring. And we are going to be filled with kitty cats in need of homes. So follow me. Not out here. Now, this is a fun room. And when you see these rooms, you're gonna see they're really decorative, but they're really functional.
Watching the TV,
Yeah.
just like Petunia from the book.
Kitty watching the TV. You get that? See, the kitty, they love the TV. We actually have cats that sit and wait for the TVs to be turned on. And you can see this room, it's like a jungle. But you can see all the kitties to climb. And if you look, sometimes you'll see somebody when you least expect it, but I don't right now.
They really like the cat tree in the front.
Yeah. And you can see this little guy, he's got a shaved leg. He just had a procedure done. Come on, well, follow me, there's more. There's more to see.
There's two up there.
Ooh.
Yes,
These guys-
these are the hotspot
These
for them
guys are
right
actually
now.
from Oman, Middle East, international cats. Leo and then his sister up there.
So what were you saying about this kid? Let's talk to our associate. What's your name?
Sayed.
Hi, Sayed. So tell us a little bit about these kitties.
So Leo and his sister, whose name I forget, I do apologize, came from Oman about 2 weeks ago. They are obviously a bonded pair. They do have to go home together, about a year old, like I said. He's a little silly. He doesn't necessarily get along with other cats as much. Loves his sister. That's the only cat he likes. We would like for them to go home together. They have to go together. but-
So that's a double adoption.
Double
Yep,
adoption.
double
We
adoption.
would recommend them as being the only pets at home. Won't get along with the cats.
And we rescue from everywhere. And I'm sorry, where did they come from?
Oman, Middle East.
Wow.
Yeah, we actually have more Oman cats. In room 7, we have 2 more. Zaytun and Simpson, the black and white ones, I think. There. And then we have Tail and Nursery as well from Oman.
Wow. So we rescue in the United States, but we also rescue globally. And here, I didn't even realize that we had just gotten some kitties from Oman. So
That little guy down there is also from down south, West Virginia. So
he's from West Virginia.
all from over everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
No local Canadian here.
No local cats. No local cats. All right. Now look at you. You're gonna have to get out of the way. Look at this guy.
You can pick him up anyway.
Look at it. All right, we're gonna sneak up. Thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you.
to us and letting us know. Okay,
Thank you.
so we're gonna follow on down here.
Okay.
Now, in this room, you're gonna recognize some sights if you're from New York, or maybe even if you're not from New York. But follow us in here. And you have to watch the. So take a look in here. Empire State Building, Brooklyn Bridge, New York City subway. Again, all fun, decorative, but functional, right?
Every room was designed with the cats in mind.
Yeah.
Places to hide, places to climb, places
Where the
to
litter
play.
boxes are. And this is our staff member here. As you can see, hi, we have kids from all over the country online right now. We're giving a shelter tour too. But as you can see, every room has a staff member. These animals are cared for. You see blankets, people make those blankets and donate them. I didn't bring my phone, it's on the quarter time. So here we go out here. And then in here, this is a fun room. Billy Joel, the musician, I'm sure you probably heard of Billy Joel. He donated this room to us. So you can see it's all in honor of what Billy Joel does. We have the speakers, the guitar speakers. This piano plays Billy Joel music. And look who's up in the piano. And up there, we always say it's like Find Waldo, those books, because wherever you look, and then all of a sudden you see someone. Hello? Hello. Oh, am I disturbing you? I'm sorry. Oh, stretch. A nice stretch. As you can see, there's lots of sunlight. The kitties are happy, but of course, there's nothing like a home. There's nothing like home. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Hello. Hello, black cat. Hello. Ooh, another black cat. Good to hear.
No, there's a few bonded cats in this room
Down
too.
in here too. As you can tell, cats like to hide, right? Very different than our canine friends that we'll see soon. But let's just do a few more. Let's stop by bunnies. Yeah, let's, we actually have a room that is for Beth
Yeah.
Stern. So let's down here. Oh, and look in here, another room. Hi, somebody's in there. As you can see. And look at, even our offices, when we have, our offices are throughout the building. And even in the office, we have animals. Because now see, that kitty may have a hard time with other kitties or maybe having some issues. Then
They
we-
want a little
yeah.
more time socializing with people.
Yeah, so we make sure they have everything they need. Now, this is unusual, but come meet our resident bunny.
This is Pumbaa.
So, we here at Animal League America rescue kitties, cats, dogs, and puppies. But because of Beth, people were asking Beth, would you foster bunnies? So now we've started to take in bunnies, and especially with the holiday season of Easter coming upon us, many people get bunnies because they think it's a cute present, but then they realize, look what it takes to care for a bunny. You know, it's a lot. They're like a child. They're like a dog or a cat, and they don't realize that, and they end up bringing it back to the shelter, which is very sad. But he'll get adopted. We've had a few. Look at him. Look at him. And they're very smart and they're very social, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, yeah. You take care of Puma. What's your name?
Oh, Ashley.
Ashley. Hi, Ashley. We have students that we're talking to
Hey.
right now. What do you do here, Ashley?
I do a little bit of everything. I work with the dogs, the cats, the bunnies,
Yeah.
wherever I'm needed.
And why do you work at North Shore?
I absolutely love it.
You love it, right? And you know, you're gonna find that if we talk to other staff members, even Casey and I, we're gonna say, and Eli, we're gonna say the same thing. When you work here, it's from the heart. And we're not for profit, so it's a mission. And the mission is to help homeless animals, to save them, rescue them, and to find them homes. Now, this is Beth's room, and as you can see, it's all pink. Come on in. And maybe we won't actually, I don't want to scare the kitties. Can they see through there all right, Eli? Because the cats in Beth's room usually are a little afraid. They need a little extra special care. So we want to respect their feelings. And even though we want to go in there, we're going to respect their feelings and we're not going to go in. Because did you see their eyes? Did you see their
Yes.
body language? See him? Now look at his body language compared to the other kitties. You can see he's kind of hesitant, right? Just like people, we can read each other's body language. And when we stay in tune with body language, then we can also read emotions and respect the way animals feel, respect the way people feel. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you for participating and joining us. All right,
Are
so
we ready to head down to the canines?
I think we're ready to go to the canine. So that means we have to go downstairs. So bear with us as we climb over the stairs.
So the BFF area, which is where we are now, this was added on to the shelter in 2019, so it's about 5 years old.
And 14,000 square feet.
14,000 square feet of space, all dedicated to keeping the cats happy while they're here with us. And like Jane mentioned earlier, by doing this addition, we actually saw a big increase in adoptions for cats because they were able to relax up here. It's much more quiet, and it gave them peace to really grow into their personalities.
Right.
So now we're gonna go downstairs, which is where we keep all of our canines, all of our dogs. It is going to get a little bit loud because normally as we walk through, the dogs are excited. They could be a little bit nervous, so they have a tendency to bark as we're walking through. So just to keep that in mind. And then the first area we're going to go through is always going to be our larger or our older animals. And the reason why we do that is to give them a better chance of being adopted. A lot of people, when they come into our shelter, they're looking for a younger animal, but they should still check out everything that we have to offer because we never know what would be a good match for them. We also have this area first too, because it gives people a reminder is, yes, you may want a puppy, but your puppy isn't always going to be staying small. They're going to start to grow. And people need to keep that in mind because when you adopt, it should be a lifelong commitment to that animal.
And it's wonderful things when you give home to a senior animal. And we have our spotlight of the week. We try to bring up front the animals that are having a harder time getting adopted. They might be a little older, they might have a medical issue. So we really want to showcase them, as Casey said. And over here, this is our spot. People, as you can see, they bring in donations. As a not-for-profit, we always need, the animals always need blankets, cages, food. So it's wonderful that the community comes together.
Yeah.
So you can see more than 1.2 million animals have been saved by North Shore Animal League America. We've been here for 80, just a little over 80 years now. So get ready. We're not going to talk going through here.
Yes, you won't be able to hear us.
Right. We're going to show you the dogs. Eli will bring the camera up on the dogs. You're going to hear a lot of barking. Also notice the cage cards. All the dogs have cage cards. We didn't show you in the rooms, so the cat rooms. In every single cat room, there was a book with a picture of the cat and as much information as we have on that cat. With the dogs, it's a cage card with their age, whether they're male or female, if they're good with young kids, older kids, senior
Yes.
adults.
And they also have their adoption number on there too, which tells us where that animal has been rescued in from.
Right.
So when we get to a quieter area, we'll show you a little bit more about that cage card.
No. So you go ahead, Eli. You go first. I'll hold the door. Not too. It's not too loud.
We're just tucking in here for a second because they're bringing a dog back to their kennel right now.
And this room is actually a great space. Let's talk about this room. So this is a huge room where if you're looking to, if you're interested in an animal, you can come in here, bond with the animal, talk to the animal, bring your family in, see if that's the animal that you want to take home. So it's really, really a great space. And then we have even spaces where the animals can, if it's a bad day, look at this guy. Oh. No. So this guy gets to be in here, play with toys. Our animals are walked, they're rotated all day long. They get fed twice a day, but then they're rotated for walks. And but then also if it's not their turn to walk, we can give them a break in this large space, which is really great. Should we go back out? Be able to go back out? And when we have snowstorms, we actually bring treadmills in here where the dogs can run on treadmills, which is fun. But you can see all these gorgeous, gorgeous animals. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. Just beautiful. Hi. And here's the cage card. So this is Bentley. He's a husky, 2 years old. There's his adoption number, TX. So that means he's come from Texas. He's good with kids. Need to be firm, needs tender loving care. Hi. So it's really sad when you see these older dogs and bigger dogs, it's because usually they've been returned to the shelter. I just want to take them all home. It never gets easy walking through here, but like we say, at least here, we know they are safe and they're going to find a home. Every animal here, we will find a home. It may take longer for some of them, but we will find them a home. Now you can see the dogs are getting smaller and getting younger. Oh, you are. You're beautiful.
As you can see, if we take a peek again, this is Willie. Willie is 5 months old and he's going to be a shepherd mix. Willie is good with all kids. He needs a little TLC, but it could just be because he's young, so he's gonna need some more training, as they always do when they're little. And Jane, do you remember what NCR stands for? Well, no.
Must be nap time on this end of the way.
Yes.
Follow us down here. So again, now puppies, right? Puppies can't be walked. They can't go outside. So we have this space where we bring the puppies in to socialize, to run energy off. So this is yet another space.
North Carolina Rescue.
Oh, North Carolina Rescue. Should have known. I should have known that, right? All right. So follow us into here. Now these are these are pups in here. Hi, how are you? So these are more puppies. And like I said, as we moved along, the dogs, you could see they got smaller and younger. How are you? Good. How are you? Good, good. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at his little foot, like Thumper, like a bunny. Oh, look at him. It's like he's running in his sleep. Hi. Hello. Yeah. Oh, I know. I see you too. I see you.
And then one thing you will notice for when we have our younger puppies here, a lot of them won't have names yet. And that's just because we like to give that opportunity to the family that adopts them. If they come to us when they're rescued and they don't have a name when we rescue them, we will go and we keep them without a name because they usually are adopted pretty quick if they are a puppy. And it gives the family a chance to bond with them when they're giving them their name. Yes, you.
And if anybody has questions, we're happy to take questions as we come to the end of the tour. If anybody has any questions, we'd love to answer them. You see these guys, they're much more playful, right? Because the older dogs, they're lying down. These guys are more playing because they're babies, just like, you know, just like a toddler. They want to play, they want to run. Look at this guy, just throwing it around, throwing the football. Oh, look at these two, get these feet off. Oh, they just nipped it. Yeah, they were talking to each other over the top. Hello. No. Hello. We have another room, our final room. And this is our adoption center. So when you're ready to adopt, you fill out an application. You have to have 2 references. You have to fill out a questionnaire. We call anybody who lives in your house because we want to make sure everybody's on board with adoption. And then here we have some puppies. What is it? What is it?
So this puppy is a little girl. She was rescued up from North Carolina. She's very soft and fluffy right now.
Oh, look at her. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's like velvet. She's like patting velvet. And over here, we were talking about how puppies need to socialize. Come take a look over here. What's in there? What's in there? Crash, crash, boom, bang. I know, I know how lucky you bunch of students from all across the country. Yeah, so you are.
Janet Cullen. I've been a volunteer for, I think, almost 17 years.
Wow. You imagine, so everybody in red shirts in here, these are volunteers. These people work from here, from the heart. They do not get paid, right? So why are you here?
Not starting my Monday with puppies and dogs. I used to also do cats, but I'm now with the puppies and dogs, and it gets my mind off of everything, and I'm just focused on taking care of the dogs and puppies. And
How's it
I
make
love
you
it.
feel?
It makes me feel so good that I'm giving them everything to me, and it's nothing like it.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I love what you said. Giving, but also they give back.
Absolutely.
They give so much back and you're living in the moment, right? You're in the moment with them, happy, just like they do. They live in the moment. They live in the moment and they're grateful for right now, today, and making it. So that's excuse me, our shelter tour. Does anybody have any questions? And I hope you put in the chat where you're from, because we would love to see that. What do you think there? Do you see any questions there, Casey?
Mm-mm.
And we hope you've enjoyed it. And we really, at North Animal League America, we always say, you know, we love your support, but we always say support your local shelter. Wherever you live, wherever your community, you have a local shelter there doing the work
of giving shelter to homeless animals. So please, when you are looking to add a furry friend to your family, go to your local shelter. It's the only way that we're going to stop the crisis of homeless animals. Anything else? Case,
One second.
I hope you like the book and you'll talk about it. We don't want to keep you or take up your time.
The chat's disabled, so I'm trying to fix that.
The chat, okay. So we're just trying to see if there's any questions you may have. I know on our campus, it's cold out, but on our campus, we have a hospital. We have a veterinary, now the veterinary center. We have a huge building where all the animals go when they're first brought in, when they're rescued, so that's where they're evaluated, whether they need medical first, trimming first, or behavior first. Then we put the animals into the department where they're needed the most help in the beginning, but they all rotate through. So if that's it today, reading across America. We certainly feel like we're across America today with everyone that visited. Don't stop reading. Keep on reading. It is so, so important. It allows you to go to places you've never been before. It allows you to learn, to understand. Reading gives us stories, gives us heroes. They inspire, they teach us, and keep your own stories going too. You are unique. We all have a story to tell, and it's important that we tell our story. So please keep it going. Stay in touch with us. Please, if we're new to you, I hope that this is the beginning of a long friendship. To all of our old friends that are out there, thank you for your support and for joining us today. And we will see you soon, I hope. But say goodbye to everybody here. Goodbye. Remember, pick up a book.